Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky. So a quick little update. Looks like the market's kind of lagging right before the presidential election. So if you guys didn't see, the NASDAQ market slightly in the red. And if we look at this, getting rejected off of that EMA on the 1 hour time frame, lower highs, lower lows. I actually wanted to ask you guys, we definitely do not have to do it. I get it that it's a personal matter, but I don't have anyone to watch it with. So I was thinking that we can actually watch it live, especially as I think the last day to vote officially is like tomorrow or something like that. So you guys let me know if you guys wanted to see it and watch it together to see who ends up being nominated as the presidential candidate. I'd be more than happy to host a live stream. We can watch it all here together and then see how NASDAQ futures react, right? Because although the market will be, the market will be closed, NASDAQ futures will be open, and it would be pretty interesting to see based off of if it's Kamala or Trump, if the market gaps up or down. And also, right, DJT is Trump's company, Trump's stock, and DJT is kind of all over the place. I think kind of just getting ready for the volatility that's about to present itself. Is it a good buy if he ends up getting elected? Could it go to $100 per share, or at $30 per share if he ends up not winning? Is it going to go back down to $10 to $15 per share? So big curveball there, right? That could be thrown. The one that I do want to share with you guys is Nvidia. I'm sure a lot of you guys were kind of asking the question of like, okay, what happened after market hours on Friday? Why did Nvidia gap up 2.6%? And it's one of the only big tech companies that's in the green today. And it's because of its inclusion into the Dow Jones, right? It's part of the S&P 500, NASDAQ market, and now it got included in Dow Jones. Again, just adding another level of credibility when it comes down to Nvidia and what the market thinks of it. So because of that, it doesn't add anything fundamentally to the company. It's still the same company that it was, last week. But nonetheless, it's just, again, another level of credibility that is, again, really important to pay attention to. But it already looks, again, I think it's just because of this presidential, race that we do not know where the market's going to be going. And markets are overbought. They've kind of been lagging up here, lacking progress on the upside or on the downside. But the one thing that I quickly wanted to share with you guys is one of my open trades right now. So I do not know if this trade's going to go exactly according to plan. On the 1 minute time frame, it looks like it's testing the moving average. I have an open short position. I'm up about $2,000. I opened it right on over here. I shared it during today's live trading session with my LPP team. They got to see me enter this short, so we waited for this thing to become overbought, begin to show signs of resistance, and then I opened up my short position for an overbought reversal. It's one of my favorite setups to trade on the 5 minute time frame. It's super clear. So you wait for a stock that was previously bearish, which is something like SMCI, bearish, right? Its true direction has been recently bearish. Not that it has to continue to sell off, but just that it can. And you wait for it to become overbought. It's kind of like the rubber band effect. You wait for it to become overbought. It rallied 15% from overall lows to overall highs for the day. So just within a few minutes, 17.03%. So it becomes very overbought, shows signs of resistance, and then I make money as it begins to retrace. Right now it's trading at $26 per share. It was trading at nearly 28, and I have my take profit right around $25. 4,000 shares is what I'm actively shorting Nvidia, SMCI with. So the more it sells off, the more money I make. I plugged it into my risk to reward ratio calculator, SMCI with an entry of 27.25, my take profit at 25, my stop loss at 27.70, would offer me a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And I did it with 5,000 shares was my original plan, because I planned to add more to it. But even with 4,000 shares, that would put me at potential 9K profit, $1,800 potential loss. But again, I do plan to go in with the 5,000 shares, and 5,000 shares would be putting me closer, a little bit closer to $11,000 gain if it ends up going according to plan, or if it ends up turning against me, $2,200, right? So even before I take the trade, if I'm not comfortable with it, due to that exposure for risk, I can quickly take profit. And I think that's one of the beautiful things of being able to plan out your trade, is that if you are not planning out your trade before you actually take it to understand your potential for profit and your exposure to risk and your risk to reward ratio, I really feel like you're doing yourself a disservice, right? We talk about this all the time within LPP. Do not put yourself in a position in which you are not ready to tolerate not all of the good, but also all of the bad. So again, I do this live every single morning. You don't have to join, but if you feel like watching me trade live every morning and having access to, all the resources that we provide for you within LPP, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access. You can literally learn for $1 a day, right? If you dedicate a year to it. And we're running our biggest sell right now. It's the second link in the description down below, and it breaks down to less than $1 a day. So when asking the question, is it worth it? Ask yourself, is it worth $1 a day to watch me trade live every day, get access to our A to Z video lesson library, and get access to our private LPB group chat? So again, second link in the description down below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and also let me know if you guys want me to host that live stream for the presidential race to see who ends up getting elected. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.